Today I'll be taking us through how to create a Linux server instance on the Google Cloud. So this is actually one of the series of the videos that I've been doing on how to create virtual machines on the major cloud platform. So now I'm doing it for Google platform. So to create a VM instance, you go to of course you create your account, you get your free account on the Google Cloud, and then you would log in with your details, and then you have your console dashboard like I have it, which gives you all the options: the App Engine, the Kubernetes, the cloud functions, the data proc, where you'd create your clusters, Hadoop clusters, and a whole lot of other nice stuff. So but since today we're dealing with virtual machine instance, so I'll just go to my compute engine, and then I'll click on VM instances, and that will bring us to where we can actually create an instance. So I'll click on create instance. That would come up with the prepared images that are available on Google Cloud platform. So it actually says, okay, what is the name of your platform? Let's just call it dev. Okay, the theirs must be in lowercase, so let's say DevOps. And then you can choose your location. I'll stick with the defaults, and you can create you can choose your server type. I'll just stick with the default. Also your machine type, the CPU, how many CPUs you want, another. But the more CPUs you create, the more your bill would be. This is at an estimated cost of $24.67 per month. So if you choose a higher one, then you get to spend more. So by default, it's trying to give me a Debian GNU Linux 9 stretch. I'll change it. I want to use Ubuntu, so I'll go to the list of the prepared images that they have, so you can actually choose a whole lot of options, but I would be going for the Ubuntu 16.04 LTS, and I'll select that, and so that's okay. You can choose the account if you have multiple accounts, the one you want to use to access it. And also, since we want to create a web server on this server that we're creating, I would allow traffic on my HTTP port, which would open up port 80 for me. And I think that's about it. So we can just go ahead and click on create, and so that is actually creating the instance for us, and it's trying to spin up and all that. So while we're waiting for it to come up, I'll go and bring up my terminal. So to connect to a Linux server, you'd actually need to use the SSH tool. The SSH tool comes pre-installed on any Unix-based operating system like the Mac that I'm using right now. But if you're on a non-Unix based system such as the Windows system, you need to download tools such as PuTTY. So I'll go ahead. So our server is up, so we can actually click on this little button over here, and we would see a couple of options with which we can connect. So if you can actually, they provide a whole lot of options. You can connect to your server through a browser window. So let's just open up a browser window, and then it comes with a pop-up. So I'll allow the pop-up and bring it up. So that would actually give us like an embedded terminal inside our browser. So you ask, do you want to connect to that VM instance? Then you can say yes and connect to it. So it actually tries to do that. While that is coming up, I'll show us the other option. You can actually choose to use the Google Cloud command. There is a Google Cloud SDK tool that they actually provide. You just type gcloud cloud SDK for your platform of choice, and I'll just do Mac since I'm on a Mac. And then you can see the tool, and then you can download and install the tool. So once you do that, then you would install, and then you would have the gcloud SDK on your system. and for whatever other platform that you're using. So once you have that, then you can actually now view the command and use this command to connect to your server. Or you can just go ahead and use the option of using any other SSH client. But since we already have it running in our web browser and it's connected, you can see we're connected to the DevOps machine. We can run normal Ubuntu commands like sudo apt updates, and that would update our software repositories and give us access to the latest softwares that Ubuntu has to offer. And once that is done, since we want to set up a web server, so we'll just go ahead and install our web server, which in this case I would use Nginx. You can decide to use Apache, so I'll just type sudo apt install nginx. I'll press enter and I'll say yes, and that would install Nginx on our server. So that once that is done, we can just go ahead and check for our public IP address. So you can just pop it up and open it up on another tab in your browser, and here we have our web server running on the Google Cloud platform. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll join me for the final episode, which is creating the same kind of server on the Microsoft Azure platform. Thank you for watching.